Hi, welcome to Salvage's Reviews and Recommendations. In today's video we're going to be talking about Jackass Forever. I personally think this film is one of the funniest films I've seen in quite a while, and at the moment I'm saying it's the best comedy film of the year. Personal opinion, I'm going to go into why. First off, the intro itself deserves an award. It's so fucking hilarious, just stupid shit from out the gate, but also amazing to watch. What I really liked about this film is a lot of the stunts were cock related, and it really made me as a man wince a lot. I'm not having to do that and hold on to my junk. Some of them were just horrible to watch in the funniest way. Two instances really made me feel sorry for the particular cast member having to go through these stunts. The first being with Steve O, of where he had a queen bee, I think under his foreskin, I could be wrong on that, or just around his junk, and all the bees surrounded his entire junk area. Very painful but funny to watch. And the second one was with the cast member Erin, who not only had a hockey puck lodged towards his groin by one of the most powerful female hockey players, had an MMA boxer punch him square in the dick, a heavyweight boxer, must add that in, God, don't forget detail. But the last one which really made me wince is having a pogo stick, I think a fat person, bouncing right onto his junk. It was horrible to watch, and his sack was bleeding, which did make a cameraman gag and nearly vomit, which is hysterical to watch. Another thing I really enjoyed about this was seeing younger cast members, as whilst we see the Jackass crew, we also see younger cast members and new people coming and doing this, and also competing with the Jackass members themselves. My favourite of the new ones was Jasper, who is already famous and recognised from being part of Odd Future, Wolfgang Kill Them All. He was also doing similar and stupid shit on a TV show called Loiter Squad. Him and Zach Holmes were my two favourites. They just killed it, did a great job. One cast member I really did enjoy was Rachel Wolfson, but sadly I just don't think she got enough screen time compared to the others, which was disappointing. As she put in the work, there were two stunts where she really showed off, where she was licking a taser multiple times, and she was getting Scorpion to bite her lips multiple times. It was quite horrible to watch, but still, she put in the work. As most with Jackass films, they got some famous celebrity cameos in. My personal favourites were Eric Andre, who's known for doing wacky, stupid shit, and Tyler the Creator, who's also a fan of Jackass and is friends with Jasper. And it was nice to see them, but it was also nice seeing them getting pranked by the Jackass crew and not escaping that. It's very funny. The ending of this film was a nice tribute, as we get to see them from a very young age doing somewhat similar stunts they were doing in the show, and the evolved version they were doing in the film. It was also nice seeing them doing a tribute to one of their fallen members, that being Ryan Dunn, who sadly passed away in 2011. One thing I gotta say about this film is it's not as grotesque as the previous three, as there's less fecal matter in this film, but more animal ejaculate and vomit, so, you know, isn't as bad. Overall, it's a hilarious watch, and I will have to say, if you're not the biggest fan of male nudity or just violence around the groin area, you're definitely not going to enjoy this film, but I think that's what made this film one of the most hysterical films this year. If I had to rate it, I'd definitely give it a 9 out of 10, simple as that. On to recommendations. I obviously would recommend the first three Jackass films, as well as the TV show that introduced us to these guys. I would recommend the somewhat British version of Jackass, Dirty Sanchez, where they also do stupid shit like this, but they do a stunt that I don't know if the Jackass crew would ever do, and that's jump into stinging nettles completely naked and eat stinging nettles. It's quite painful and horrible to watch. But when it comes to other recommendations, sadly I'm not that big and familiar with what the Jackass crew do outside that. They have done a lot of projects. I'm just not familiar with it, like Bad Grandpa, and there's another show that they've done. I'm not familiar with that stuff. but I will recommend Steve-O's podcast, which is hilarious. He's got some great celebrities appearing on that starting from Frankie Muniz to Johnny Knoxville himself to Jason Mewes to Method Man to so many other good cast members. Definitely would recommend that. And speaking of podcasts, he was great. He made an amazing appearance on the Two Bears One Cave podcast. Honestly, it was one of the funniest podcasts of him I've seen. Do check those out. Have a good day.